I'm gonna post my speaker view so I can see myself. Okay, we're gonna start off with a little A-frame stretch, right? So we're gonna go, feet are gonna be wide, about shoulder width apart a little bit further. And we're gonna take hand to elbow and we're gonna go knee to knee, right? So we are bent, a little bit bent over. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that other arm. So my right arm is gonna come up to the spine. So this is kind of like our twisting pose, but we're doing this standing. So this is our nice, you're basically in like a bent position. Again, elbow and hands are underneath. And we're getting some big rotation. I want you to look up at those fingertips. You need to keep those knees nice and bent. If you need to sit on the edge of a chair, that's okay to do this one too. So just kind of really want you to get that thoracic spine rotated. I'm kind of holding my kneecap on the right kneecap with my fingers to just kind of keep things in place. You don't have to if you don't want to. Try to get 10 on either side here. Get 2 more. Really want to try to look up to the sky. I'm kind of shifting my weight a little bit into one side. Now I'm going to switch sides. Stand up, shake it out, and I'm going to switch sides. So again, my elbow's going, right elbow's going to my right knee. My right hand is going to my left knee. And I'm going to bring my hands all the way up as high as I can. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. We're getting 10 here. So our weight's in our heels. So this is like a squatting position. If it's too much for you, you can stand up. I really want you to try to keep a nice flat back when you're doing that, so that we're not really rounding too much through the back, but your butt is sticking out, back is flat, and we're going up to the sky. You're really opening up your chest, twisting through the spine. Good, Gary, bend those knees a little bit more, Gare. That's it. You really want to feel that and feel that squat, right? So you want to feel that in your glutes. Again, your heels are driving to the floor. This is our stable foundation. Taking my jacket off, it's hot. Woo. All right, so when we're finished there, we're gonna do a little, it's called hug the tree, right? So all it is a retraction and a protraction. So we're gonna come in, hug the tree. So I really want you to round your backs as much as you can. And I really want you to protract, just like we do sort of when we're sitting, watching TV, when we're driving the car. And then what I want you to do is open up and retract. Drive those shoulder blades back, open up that chest. Try not to arch. I don't want you to really arch the back. Try to keep neutral spine, but open up the chest. So we're going 10 rotations here. Round and open up wide. And breathe. Breathe with your movement. So we want to exhale when we round. We want to inhale when we open up. This is kind of like cat-cow, but just in the upper sort of thoracic area. Thoracic, a little into that cervical just a little bit. Get 10 here. And again, we're sort of in a soft knee position. Your feet are nice and planted on the ground. My knees are sort of bent, but my weight is stable through my glutes and my heels. So when we're done with 10 there, we're gonna come into a split stance. So my heel is gonna be up in the back, just a nice soft split stance. This is gonna be that hip flexor stretch, right? So again, we wanna tuck like we did last time. We wanna tuck that belly. So the belly button's going back to the spine, tuck our little tail underneath. So the same leg that's down, that arm is gonna be up in the air, and we wanna just kind of pulse, just a little bit forward. We're gonna go 5 pulses here. Then you're going to go over the front and pulse there for 5. And that's a really big stretch through that lateral side. The knees forward again, and then for the last 5, we're just rotating in that transverse plane. Awesome. Switch legs to the other side. So my right leg is back. My right arm is going to go up in the air. Try to get your heel up on that right leg. So you've soft. We've got like a little soft stance. My arm is up by my ear. And again, I'm tucking my pelvis. And I'm just trying to pull. So I'm trying to drop my back knee to the floor. Just drop it a little bit. Not really to the floor, but just drop it. So that I get a nice stretch of the hip flexor. Then I'm going to go laterally and do the same thing. So I'm reaching over my left side of the body. What does that look like here? And then I'm going to go rotationally. All the while I'm feeling really nice stretch through the front hip flexor, through my right hip. All right, so if you guys have a golf club or you have something you can hold on to, we're just going to do some hip cars. We're going to get 10 on either side. So that's just those big, controlled, articulated rotations, big and wide. And so we worked on that a lot last week. Let's try to get those knees up as high as we can without moving the upper body. It's all about the hips and below. Gonna come up and take a look, see how you guys are doing. Nice, Gary. Good, Drew. All right, Dwight, nice. Hey, there's Roger. Awesome, guys. And when you hit 10 on one side, go to the other. I'll reply to him, Sydney. So again, we're keeping that tall body nice and quiet. We're just moving from the hips, right? So we're lifting with the hip flexor, rotating, and putting down. You can hold on again. I think Roger's got his banister, Roger N. Somebody might have a golf club, whatever you need. Greg might have a little post from his pergola there. All right, now when you're finished, give me kind of like a hands up. All right, cool. So we're gonna go into some swings. So Ashdin, or Dr. Justin may have done this. So swings, right? We're going to go 10 this way, and then we're going 10 this way. And if you haven't seen Justin, I think Justin did this, but if you haven't seen it, I know Jason Glass did it from, he did a really nice warm up on YouTube. And Jason Glass is one of our TPI level 1, well, 2 and 3 instructors. But he's one of the guys I had my picture taken with at Atlanta and TPI. So he's out of Canada, and he is a strength and conditioning coach, but he's also, like I said, a golf fitness instructor. So when you're done on one side, switch to the other. Big swings, right? Just try to keep that body nice and tall. Again, only really moving from the hips down. So we're swinging, keeping the upper body nice and quiet. We're getting 10 here, and then you're going 10 laterally. Like those abductors we did the other day. Abductors. Ooh, yeah. Keep the tummy nice and tucked, nice and tight. Awesome. All right. Just check on you. Hopefully everybody's getting finished there. Good, good. Awesome. All right. Now, last thing we're going to do is Justin's shoulder range of motion, right? So, again, body's nice and still. We're going all the way up, around, and down. This is in Justin's 2-minute warm-up. So let's get 6 of these on either side. We are reaching as far as you can all the way around. You need to hold your rib cage. You want to make sure that that's down, that we're not flaring it out. You want to, again, keep the body. We don't want to be arching. We want to kind of keep neutral spine. And just reach as far as you can. So get 6 there, then come back the opposite direction. So we're going to get 6 in each direction and either arm. Woo. And switch when you hit your 6 and 6 on one side, switch to the other side. Nice, Dwight. Drew, good, guys, excellent. Roger, look at you, rock star. Slow it down just a little bit, Roger. Nice and controlled. They're kind of like the hip cars, but for the shoulders. Good. And then hit your other side. Yep, awesome, Drew, good. Nice, guys. And then we're gonna get into it. We're getting into some hand-eye coordination. This is gonna be goofy. Nice, grab a sip of water when you're finished there. Yep, shed some layers, shake it out, and we'll get going here in a sec. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place, let's see where I see it. I'm gonna place 2 balls right down in front of me. You can do as many as you want. Sometimes in the bridge, I'll use like the cones. We may have done this with the cones. So we're gonna hip hinge, right? So I'll place one over here so you can kind of see how this is gonna go. So same arm, same leg. So I'm gonna send what, like, we're gonna reach for the ball, right? So I'm gonna reach over, get the ball, and come up. So if you have like a chair or something that you can set the ball on a little higher first, go ahead and try that. But ultimately, I would say, so right leg's going down, we're gonna reach with the right leg. You wanna keep your back flat. This is balance, right? So we see where the balls are. We wanna keep our eye on the ball. Reach and bring it up, and reach and bring it down. So let's get about 5 on either leg here. You can do, just one ball, totally fine. Ideally, we would have had so say the table, right? So I'm gonna reach forward for the table. That's a little bit higher and easier than having to come all the way down to the ground. But again, the biggest takeaway is we've been working on our hip hinge, right? So sending those hips back, a slight bend in the standing leg, and my back is nice and flat. So typically this is a deadlift, right? But typically we don't have you come to the point of, I don't typically have you come to the point where you're inverted or going upside down. That can be a little bit dangerous. As long as you're feeling okay, go ahead and reach for those balls. But if you have something elevated to put them on, I definitely would recommend that. So even like my little stairs here, right? So awesome. When we're finished with about 5 on either side, come on up and we're gonna different. Nice, guys. So balance, really focus on your balance. Do your best to try to keep that back flat, Gary. Send those hips back. Good, guys. Nice. And again, we don't want to feel this in the low back. We want to feel it in the hamstrings because that's the hip hinge. All right, so our next exercise, this is sort of the fun part. You've got tennis balls or you've got a ball, hopefully. If you don't, that's okay. If you don't, we can go throw it up instead of throwing it down. Or if you have anything, I don't care, whether it's like a box or a block or your phone, I don't know, just something that'll kind of use your hand-eye coordination. So for this purpose today, I've got a golf ball, right? So I'll stick this guy in here for now. And I've got one. So I'm gonna do 2 feet single catch, right? So try to do that in each hand, whether it's your tennis ball, your golf ball, whatever you can get, if something will bounce. If you don't have a ball, I want you to throw something up in the air. And catch it with the other hand. Let's try to get 6 on either side. Nice, guys. Excellent job. So when you're done with that, if you have 2, I want you to go 2 at a time and try to catch them both. I may have to run down the driveway. If you have 2. If you don't have 2, what I want you to do is go 1 foot, which is the next thing we're going to do is I want you to go 1 foot, 1 ball. So we'll go 2 balls, 2 feet. And then we're going to go 1 ball. Woo! That's why I said it was going to be 2 feet. So I get it. Some of our outside conditions aren't super ideal. But this is something fun to do, and like when it's a nice day and you can't get outside and maybe you're in your yard and you're chipping or putting, it's kind of something like fun to do for like 5-10 minutes, right? So bounce the ball. Let's go 1 leg. 1 leg, 1 pickup, same leg. Get 5 there, get 5 on the other side. The other thing you can do too is walking or locomotive, right? So kind of like as you were a kid, right? Walking down the street, maybe throwing your ball. Woo! See, you gotta keep your eye on the ball. So it's all about that hand-eye. And if you've got 2, then you can alternate. So Drew, I know you looked pretty agile with your tennis ball. So maybe just try to really test yourself. And try some different stuff. So like I said, whether it's walking, single leg. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I want you to try to drop from high. So I've got the ball, it's up here, and I want you to try to catch it with the other hand with 2 feet. So, but I want you to bend over like a squat. And I want you to try to get 10 in each leg, or each side, really. So again, we're kind of watching the ball as it drops, and we're trying to use that hand-eye coordination, to catch it in the other hand, but bending over and using a flat back. And if you want, you can go single leg too on that. For right now, I'd say try 2 legs. We can go to 1 leg. Good, Roger. Get it. Nice. Do I try to keep that back flat and really stick your hiney out when you go pick it up? So just like a squat. So we're going right into squat position. Nice, guys. 10 on either side. So 2 legs, catch with the opposite hand. Yep, and then move to 1 leg. So then that's gonna look like this. So I'm on 1 leg. Woo! So I'm really bending and squatting as it's not easy. That hand-eye can be a little bit tough. All right. So when you guys are all finished there, let's kind of rotate back and hit this all one more time. So let's do a single leg hip hinge to pick up our balls. So we'll do 1 ball and get a few more rotations, right? So 5 on either side. So single leg hip hinge to get the ball. We've done a lot of this since the beginning. Pick it up and place it there. And if you can, I remember we did this with Tom once, right? So I think we might have started here and we did something sort of like that, right? So I've got one ball in my right hand, my left leg or my right leg is going back, and I'm just hip hinging, single leg standing on my left. Again, my back is flat, I'm sending my hips back. And then switch sides. So you can reach for the ball, pick it up. We can bring it up overhead for even a little bit more balance. Really try to challenge yourself. If you're thinking like, hey, my balance is crap today, how can you make it a little bit more challenging for yourself? We never want our bodies to fully adapt to things. We always want to try to keep challenging them so that we can constantly keep working and making ourselves better, whether it's balance, whether it's strength, whether it's flexibility. We'll get 5 there on either side. How you doing, Mauro? You okay? Give me a thumbs up. Good job. All right. Awesome. Okay. That second one we're going to do is drop the ball and catch it, right? So 2 feet. I can't even catch it on 2 feet. Try to do opposite hands. So it's probably pretty easy. Go to one leg. Try to catch it overhand. That's also another. And try to kind of almost like toss it to from your left to your right. I feel like this is, in a way, it's kind of like kid stuff, but as we get older, our balance definitely decreases. Switch legs. So kind of like crossword puzzles and Sudoku, sort of stuff like this really kind of helps keep our mind and that balance, hand-eye coordination fresh. And then the last one would be like a walking locomotive, right? Try to walk the length of your patio if you can, your deck, your gym, your basement. Sometimes you might have like a random bounce. Good, so a few of those. And then the last one we're gonna do is that we're gonna throw it up in the air. We're gonna drop it from high, and we're gonna pick it up on 2 feet, bending over. Woo! Right in the face. Be careful, please. And if you've mastered the 2 feet, then let's do the 1. Again, it's all about that hip hinge and hand-eye coordination and a little balance. Okay, I'm sucking right now. Woo. All right, guys, take a quick little break if you want. Grab some water, and I'm going to turn it over to Ashdin, and he is going to finish it up for you. Hopefully y'all are enjoying the sunshine.
You guys just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Yeah, all right, Drew, I see you. Dwight, see you. Gary, see you. Greg, I see you. Perfect. You guys ready? Oh, we'll wait for Mauro. Oh, the dogs. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and start, guys. All right, guys. So today what we're gonna work on It's a lot of single leg balance, single leg deadlifts. Super important for you guys in the golf swing. So what I first want you guys to do is I want you to get into like a nice half kneeling position like this. If you have a pad, you can put it under your knee. That way it makes it a little bit more comfortable. When I see everyone in the half kneeling position, I'll go ahead and keep going. Perfect. Okay. So what I want you guys to think about in this position is most times you're going to tend to arch like this. What I want you guys to think about doing is driving the knee into the ground. That's going to be neutral. Neutral position means knees into the ground. You're going to feel this down leg butt squeeze. So what I want you guys to do today is you're going to do about 25 taps, squeezing the down leg glute and just lifting your foot. What you don't want to do is shift your weight or lean forward. I want you guys to try to stay upright, nice and tall. You're going to do 25 taps each leg, and then we'll switch. Good, Gary. And it doesn't have to be a big range of motion. It can be a small foot tap. Good, Drew. Perfect. And when you guys are done, just give me a nice thumbs up and we'll go on to the next exercise. Good, Dwight. Okay, good. I see you. Good, Gary, good. Small motion. Try not to lean back as much, Gary. Squeeze that glute on your down leg. There you go. Excellent, Drew. Gary, Greg, I see you. Good. Hands pushing push-ups out. Good, Gary. I know you're done. Waiting on Drew, and we'll go to the next exercise. Drew, we're good? All right, guys, let's go ahead and let me fix my camera. All right, guys, first thing what we're going to do is we're going to work on single leg balance. What I want, you're just going to do a nice single leg balance here. You're going to bring your knee up. I want you guys to start thinking about squeezing the glute, trying to feel that contract. I want you to count in your head to about 5 seconds. Bring it back down and switch. You're going to do 5 holds. Good. This is going to be easy for you guys. Love it. Good. So this is the start before we get a little bit more dynamic with it. Good, Mauro. Good. Nice, guys. And again, just give me a thumbs up when you're done with each of the exercises, guys. Good. I see you, Drew. Dwight, I see you. Good. Greg, I see you. Mauro, I see you. Good, guys. All right. Next thing. So now we're going to get a little bit more dynamic with it, guys. Kind of like the single leg balance deadlift you were just doing. Same thing with the single leg hinge. So I want you to get in that position like you're going to single leg hinge. The hands are going to go down. And then when you come back up, I want the arms to go overhead. So you're in this single leg balance here. So as you go down in the deadlift here, the hands go down to about the mid-knee. And then as you squeeze that glute to come back up, the arms go overhead. I want you guys to do 20 each side. You guys can take a break. You can split it up into 2 sets of 10 each side. That's fine. But I want you guys to feel like your hips are bringing you through. If you feel like you're hurting, your back's starting to strain, when you're coming back, it means you're not engaging the hips enough. Good, Gary. That's a good looking lift. Good, Drew. Good, Roger. Good. Good, Dwight. Oh, oh. Try to control it, guys. Go nice and slow. Here, and then up. Looking great, guys. Keep going. Nice and slow. Feel the movement. Gary, bend that stance leg a little bit more. There you go. Good. There you go. Nice, guys. Grab some water after this exercise before we go to our next one. If you guys have a club near you, you can grab it because you're going to need it for this one. If not, no big deal. But if you have it, that'd be great. Perfect. Okay. Good. See it. Waiting on Mario, and we'll get started. Perfect. I see it, Mario. Okay, guys. I want you guys to go ahead and get in your golf stance. And then I don't care which leg goes back. I want you guys to just put one leg back. Good. So what we're going to work on first, and you can hold your club up here. I want you guys to work on pelvis rotation. So what's going to happen is you're going to put that opposite hip with the leg back. You're going to think about rotating it towards the other hip. So it's going to look like this. What you're going to feel is that glute right here. You're going to feel a nice stretch into that. If you have to hold it here, that's fine. You can hold it here. But I don't want the torso to move. So you're going to think this hip, if I had a string in my logo, I'm rotating into my other hip. It's not a large movement at all. You're going to want to feel this leg. So if it's here, you can see here. I'm just rotating into my stance hip. You're going to do 25 rotations each leg. We're going to start with the leg on the ground first, and then we're going to get it up into like a deadlift. So Gary, move your hips a little bit more instead of your upper right. So if you're like this, see how this doesn't move? It's just, look where my hands are here, here, here. I'm rotating into that hip. So you want to be in a nice split stance here. And what you're going to think about doing, so look at me from the side, guys. You put your hands on your hips here. You're rotating into that hip. This doesn't move at all. You're here, and you're rotating into that hip. Dwight, that's better. Roger, that's really good. Better, Gary. Drew, let's do this. Let me see you from the side. Drew, go. Let me see you from the side, like this. Good. And now I want to see you rotate into that hip. So try not to do like this. You want to think everything, all the movement's going to come from your hips. So it's going to be like that. It's not a big movement at all. Better, Gary, better. Good, Greg. Nice, better, Drew, better. You guys really want to feel this hip, whatever's in the front is really going to feel like it's nice and stretching in. Almost like you're sitting back and rotating into it. And then when you guys are done with that one, you're going to give me a nice thumbs up. Got you, Greg. Got you, Gary. Got you, Dwight. Roger, got you. Mauro, got you. That's much better, Drew. Much better. All right, guys. So we're going to go in the same position. And now what you guys are probably more familiar with, disassociating that upper body from your lower. So notice my hips stay still. My belly button is going to go the opposite way. So you're rotating this. The hips don't move. Here. Here now. Much better. You guys are going to do 20 rotations each way. So you're here, good. If you need to go from the side, I will. We're working on disassociating our upper from our lower. You're rotating through. Hips don't move now. Here. Here. Much better. Good, Dwight. Roger, smaller range of motion. You're here. Feel like you're rotating through the back. Don't let your hips move. So it's going to look, that's okay. It doesn't have to go super far. If you come to here, that's okay. I want you guys to feel this one more in your mid-back than anywhere else. Better, Gary. Dwight, that's really good. Gary, you can make your stance a little bit bigger like this. And then now you can rotate down. There you go. Good, Drew. Dwight, that's really good. Good, Greg. I like it. Do you guys feel it? Where do you got? Point to where you guys feel it. I want to see where you guys are feeling it. Here or up through here? Okay. Better. Good. Good, Drew. Okay. When you guys are ready, give me a thumbs up. I see it. I see it. Good. Wait on Gary. I got you, Dwight. All right, guys. So for this one now, this leg is going to be up in the air. So it's going to be like a single leg deadlift, but you're going to go back to that rotation piece. So if you have to hold on to a chair or your club, that's okay. So you're going to bend the leg. It's going to be like a deadlift, and now you're going to rotate into that hip again. Where you're here, feel like you're rotating into the hip. So the leg's going to be up, good. Yes, good, Dwight. Good, Roger, good, Gary. Yeah, much better. This one's going to be a little bit harder. But I would rather you guys hold on to something for right now so you guys can feel you rotating into that glute. I want you guys to do 20 rotations. Take your time with this. I want you guys to actually feel what it's like to feel that hip rotating. And remember, if you're feeling it in your back, it just means you're not getting enough of your glutes engaged. So just reset yourself. You can go to a chair, you can go to a wall, whatever you guys feel more comfortable with. Yes, good, Dwight. Yeah, if you have that chair, go ahead and get that back leg back like you're deadlifting. Good. And now take that right hip and rotate into your left leg. Other way, Dwight. Yes, that way. That's the way you want to. Guys, whatever leg is your stance leg, that's the hip you're rotating into. Perfect. And Dwight, you can bend your left leg a little bit more. Bend that knee. There you go. Good. Gary, that's really good.
I think Roger's booty's hurting him.
So I only want, yeah, there you go. Good, Dwight. Dwight, you can bend that right leg a little bit more. And Dwight, look at me real quick. I want you to think about sitting that butt back like this a little bit more and then rotate into it. Because right now you're kind of like this. I want you to feel what it's like to sit back, kind of get that, yeah, there you go, good. And now I want you to rotate into that hip. Much, much better. That looks better. Good. Drew, how we doing? Your butts are gonna be sore tomorrow. That's the goal. Good, Gary. That rotation's starting to look a lot better. When you guys are done, grab some water. We'll go to our last exercise, and then I want to hear from you guys what questions you have. Think about a question you have on one of these exercises if you have one, because I want to make sure I can answer them for you. When you guys are ready, okay, let me know. All right, I got you, Greg. Good. Drew, I got you. Good, I got you. Gary, I got you. Good. Okay, guys, what we're going to do. Maura, I see you're good. Now, we're just going to work on single leg hinging or single leg deadlift, whatever you guys want to call it. If you have a weight, that's fine. You don't need one. I would rather you guys work on the motion first. So what you're going to do, I'll show it from two views. Just watch me how you guys do it, because if you notice, this single leg deadlift translates to a lot of the stuff that we've done already today. And we'll review everything. But what I want you guys to think about, whatever leg's in the front, we call it a soft bend, right? Okay, soft bend means that it doesn't lock out. Now, what I want to think about, this leg's bent. I want you guys to think about sitting your butt back, meaning the stance leg's butt back. As that butt sits back, this leg goes back. And it doesn't have to be like this, enough to where you guys feel it here and here. So that means it's just going to like this. That's okay. I want you guys to feel it in here and in here. So when that stance leg's back, I want you to think about sitting that butt back, and then you're going to squeeze to bring you back through. Okay? Hugely important for your golf swing. When you guys are in your back swing, all the load is on the back leg, and then when you come back through the downswing, it transfers to here. So the better that you guys can get developing single leg strength, hopefully the better your golf game is going to get. But you transfer a lot of force from that back leg to the front leg in your swing. So it's really important that you guys start to get comfortable with the work that you're doing with Shannon on the single leg balance, but also developing strength. as well in the single leg deadlift, hinge, and rotation. So I want you guys to do about 20 nice deadlifts just like this on each leg. Dwight, that's really good. Good. And again, if you guys have to hold on to something for now, whether it be a chair, your club, or a wall, that's fine. I'd rather you guys get comfortable with the movement than worry about doing it wrong. Good, Gary. Good. Good. And remember, what's bringing you guys are looking good. What's bringing you back through is this leg. So you're here, and you're squeezing to bring you back through. You're here, and you're squeezing it to bring you back through. That's what's going to get you back to neutral, going from that anterior tilt to a posterior. It's the same movement. So you're here and there. Good, Greg. Nice and slow, guys. Mauro, how we doing? Dwight looks good. Mauro, if you have to hold on to a chair or a wall to get comfortable with it, that's okay. Nice and slow. Good, Gary. That's looking better. And then when you guys are done, just give me a thumbs up. And then I want you guys, if you have any questions about what we did, let me know. Perfect. Gary, I see you unmuted yourself. You got a question for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Killing my calf.
Yep, totally normal. So you're going to, in any of the single leg exercises that you guys are going to be doing, you're going to feel it from the bottom of your foot, through your calf, in your hamstring, your glute. So it's totally normal. You're going to feel it in your calf. Over the course of the exercise, though, what should start to get more sore will be your glutes and your hamstrings. But as you get more comfortable in the exercise, that's going to happen. But totally normal for you to feel it in your calf. Perfect.
Hey, Ashton, what if, so say they wake up tomorrow and they're like super sore and like Gary's calves are just like crunked and he's like, everything hurts. What should they do?
Yeah, great question. So if you guys are feeling sore in your calves or anywhere else, if you guys have a foam roller, I would 100% suggest rolling out your calves. The easy way to look it up is on YouTube, easy video, foam roll my calves. You can stretch your calves. So you guys go up to a wall and you push your foot up against it. So I'll show you. So if this is a wall, my pole, you can go up, push your foot like this, and then I want you to think about leaning into your leg. So right now, I know you can't see me, but I'm bending towards my knee right now. And that way you'll start to feel a nice stretch on your calf. You want to keep your legs straight and your foot like this pressed into the wall, and that way you'll feel a stretch in your calf.
question, and
Yeah.
I ask this because sometimes people don't understand like what DOMS is. So like
Sure.
2
Yeah.
days from now they could feel it too.
Yeah, 100%. So guys, Shannon has a great point. You might not feel sore tomorrow, and that's fine. But 2 or 3 days from now, if you guys feel sore in your glutes, hamstrings, and calves, totally normal. It's just delayed onset soreness, meaning your body's just catching up with what you did. So if you guys don't feel sore tomorrow, don't think you didn't do anything because you guys did a ton. You might just feel sore 2 days from now, and that's okay. Same rules apply. You want to stretch, you want to move, do the mobility work you guys have continued to do with Justin. I know you guys have a list. I would continue to do those. The hip cars, love them. Great exercise to keep the hips loose, especially after you're doing any single leg work because your glutes and hamstrings are going to be sore. So the more that you guys can loosen up your hips with the cars, I think that's great exercise. Everything that we did today kind of makes sense to you guys as far as the rotation piece? Good? Good? Great. Love it. Great.